Someone using the race and sexual identity card shouldn't come as a shock, but this one did kind of surprise me, given that the guy works at the Walt Disney Company and is the director of the recently released Haunted Mansion film. But the Lando writer Justin Simien decided to play the race and gay card after he was allegedly iced out of Lucasfilm. And then immediately after he played those cards, a new report came out saying he was replaced by Donald and Stephen Glover. Let's get into this here. So there he is. You can see him right there, Justin Simien on the set of Haunted Mansion with Owen Wilson. But so just to kind of give you some background on this Lando series, so you have some context. Basically, the series was announced back in 2020 during the Disney Investor Day presentation, where Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy said Lando Calrissian is the galaxy's smoothest, most notorious scoundrel, and he will return in a brand new event series for Disney+. Justin Simien, the creator of the critically acclaimed and hugely popular Dear White People, is developing the story with us now. A massive Star Wars fan himself, Justin has put together a reel to give you a sense of the style, tone, and irresistible swagger of our upcoming series, Lando. They didn't actually show that to the public. That was only screened to investors. But then 3 years later, in April, I guess a little, maybe 2.5 years, at Star Wars Celebration just this past year, Kennedy went on to inform IGN that the series was still in development. She said, Donald Glover recently talked about the Lando series. Can you give us any update on that? Is it still happening? She said it is still happening. And he's very excited about it. She didn't really provide any information about that, but she did say it was still happening. And then we got this comment from Simien while he was promoting Haunted Mansion. He spoke to the direct, and he said, "I certainly poured my heart and spent a lot of time working with them to put together a really great show. It feels like everybody loves it. And, you know, I was told we had to put a pause on it because of scheduling, and the next update I got was 2020, some years ago. So I don't know. I had no idea what's going on with it." So this guy hadn't even heard about this project basically since they announced it at Disney Investor Day. And then he did an interview in The Hollywood Reporter promoting Haunted Mansion, the Walt Disney Company's most recently released film, where he said he was still attached to the series. He says, "I'm attached, I think, but I don't really know. The last thing I was told was that they loved it, but needed to put a pin in it until they could figure out everybody's availability. I haven't investigated further, but I'm not an idiot. I'm not alone in that experience." So then he goes on and says, "But I can't help but wonder, am I too black?" He's playing the race card here. You just got to direct Haunted Mansion for the same company that had hired you to write the Lando series, and now you're saying that you're too black for them? Lucas was like, what is going on here? It doesn't even make any sense. And he's like, am I too queer? What is happening? This is the company that literally is saying they're putting as much gay propaganda as they possibly can in children's entertainment and calling it a not so secret gay agenda. Like, what is even going on here? This is just absolutely insane. He's literally directing Haunted Mansion for the Walt Disney Company, and now he's trying to claim some victim status based on his skin color and his sexual identity. I mean, this is ridiculous. Ridiculous. And people just don't want to say that. So he actually thinks that Disney executives or Disney people, this is why they don't want him writing Lando. And he says, because it seems like I develop things with these companies and they just never happen for reasons unknown. And then he thinks that the reasons unknown is that because he's too black or too queer. I don't know. Rian Johnson's trilogy hasn't shown up in a long time. He's not black, and I don't think he's queer. Maybe he is. I don't know. Maybe he should start playing those cards too. I mean, what is this? What is going on here? Just utter ridiculousness. As far as him being too black, well, that was instantly thrown out because we got a report literally the same day that this Hollywood Reporter interview was published from Above the Line that said that he was replaced by Donald and Stephen Glover, and they would be writing the Lando series that Lucasfilm has been developing for Disney+. The report added the Glover brothers replace Haunted Mansion director Justin Simien on the project. Furthermore, their report said Above the Line has since learned that Simien has actually been off the Lando series since last summer when he bowed out to continue focusing on his directing duties for Haunted Mansion. So they're saying he was the one who left the project when he's saying he hasn't heard anything from Lucasfilm. Like, what is going on here? Someone's lying. The outlet then added, with Lucasfilm eager to move forward with the project, execs reached out to Donald Glover, who often writes with his brother Steven. The siblings agreed to board the project together, and their take is said to have Lucasfilm brass excited. Well, that means it's probably terrible if Lucasfilm brass is excited, because everything they put out now has been absolute garbage. But that's beside the point. We did have Donald Glover kind of comment on this and said that he was in discussions back in April. He said, "I would love to play Lando again. It's a fun time to be him. It just needs to be the right way to do it. I'm all about now. Time is precious." I think everybody's like, in the past couple of years, the pandemic crap, like, really had people experience time in a way where they're like, well, why am I? I should be around oranges. People kind of realize like their time is valuable. You only get so much. He then said, so like, I'm not interested in doing anything that's just going to be like a waste of my time or just a paycheck. I'd much rather spend time with people that I like and enjoy. So it just has to be the right thing, which I think it could be. Lando is definitely somebody I'd like to hang out with. He then said, so yeah, I mean, we're talking about it. That's as much as I can say, without Kathleen Kennedy like hunting me down. So that is the latest updates on the Lando series. You have Justin Simeon trying to play the black and the gay card for this film, even though he's literally promoting a Disney film, and he's playing this, saying that a Disney-owned subsidiary thinks he's too black or too queer. Like, what is going on here? I mean, this is absolutely wild. Again, I usually am not like surprised over this, people playing victim, but like the absurdity, it has shocked me with this story. I'm definitely shocked.